Hi, Alan here from Now Spinning Magazine with another unboxing video, and this one is epic. And I'm going to go into total analogue detail on this one because I feel it deserves it. Every so often a box set comes along where the powers that be have listened to the artist, thought of the fans, and put together something that absolutely ticks every single box. And it is the Alan Parsons project, the complete album collection Super Deluxe box on vinyl. Now I'm going to go through this in detail, so those of you who just tuned in, I'm going to show you everything that's in the box, so you can see all the albums and everything and every page of the book, and then I'm going to talk at the end about what I think of the actual box itself. So before I waffle on, before I've got to that bit, which I tend to do, let's dive in and have a look at the box itself. So let's do this. The Alan Parsons project, the complete albums collection. I'll move this towards me. And you can see a little sticker on the front, hopefully from here. It says, the Alan Parsons project, the complete albums collection, Super Deluxe 11 LP box set, beautifully packaged. Versions of every studio album, correct, it is, half-speed mastered at Abbey Road and cut from their high-res files, transferred from the best available master tapes where analogue was originally used and from the original digital master tapes for all the albums from 1983 onwards, and everything improved by Alan Parsons himself, pressed on a 180-gram heavyweight vinyl, fully illustrated 12 by 12 case-bound hardback book, contains the full lyrics and brand new liner notes and a giant A1 poster. This is enormous, and there's all the pictures of the albums on the back. And I'll just put it back in view for you to see, and it just lifts up, and all the albums, as you can see, are here in the top with this cigarette style hardback case, with all the albums are accessible from the top. Now this has been put together with absolute attention to detail. This is quality. This is a quality item, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to start now going through each album so you can have a look at all of them. I'm going to start with Tales of Mystery and Imagination by Edgar Allan Poe. So this is each album in turn, and again, the attention to detail. There's certain phrases I shall use again and again because there's no other way of describing it. But every album has been replicated to exactly as it was at the time it first appeared, when it was first released. And Tales of Mystery and Imagination from 1976, the first album, was in a gatefold sleeve, and here it is, reproduced perfectly. This wonderful piece of art paper which protects the book, but also, well, it gives this impression of a classic kind of piece of writing, doesn't it? A dream within a dream, all that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. Beautiful reproduction. You've got all the lyrics, and the graphics used at the time are all here in perfect replicas, probably even better than the original issue, I imagine. All the credits at the back, and the album itself, they're all in the sleeves. I'm not going to take every single record out and to show you, but the 180-gram vinyl, and absolutely beautiful, and I shall talk about the pressings in a moment. These albums, as I bring them out, may not be in the order that they were released because I've been playing this so much. The next one is I, Robot. Again, a gatefold sleeve. Now, whatever paper stock was used in the original album has been replicated. So many of these box sets, they just use standard card or whatever for each one, but this is very different. The attention to detail is absolutely superb. This is a great album. Again, I'm trying not to talk about the music as such, because I don't want to take up too much time, but it's absolutely fantastic. And again, all the inner sleeves also match the artwork as well. Brilliant stuff. And the next one is Pyramid, which is another gatefold sleeve. And the lyrics on the inside cover. I say the inner designs are excellent as well. Eve came with a very glossy cover, and they've replicated it. Again, it was a gatefold sleeve with a more of a matte finish on the inside, but absolutely fantastic. brilliant. And then we come to the next one in the box, as it is, which is The Turn of a Friendly Card. This is a single sleeve with the lyrics on the back. But absolutely brilliant album. I think I played that one yesterday. Superb stuff. And then Ammonia Avenue. A nice matte finish on this one. And the lyrics are on the inner sleeve. And then Eye in the Sky. See how they've matched the gold embossed there of the print. Oh, it's just beautiful. This is a fantastic album. I'll mention this one in particular in a moment as well. Fantastic. And then we have the next one. Vulture Culture. A single sleeve. All the lyrics on the inner sleeve. As I say, all 180 gram vinyl editions, half speed mastered. And then Stereotomy. It's a slightly different cover to the CD box. Cover design, but all the lyrics on the back. And then last but one is Gordy. Again, single sleeve. All the lyrics on the inner sleeve there. And finally, the one that gets its first release on vinyl, the Sicilian Defence, the album that shouldn't be, according to Alan Parsons, but here it is, and it's got some excellent moments. So this was on CD in the 2014 box set, and this is the first time it's appeared on vinyl in this box. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to show you will be the book. And this is the hardback book, the Alan Parsons Project, the complete albums. This is new text, very different from the 2014 CD box set. And I'm going to show you this page by page. It won't take too much time, but I want everyone to be able to see the beauty of this piece, which is how I see it. It's like art, as I've mentioned several times. Now, can you see even in next to my camera here, the quality of the paper here? This is not this is really good paper stock. It's not cheap. It's a quality item, and it goes with the music. The music, Alan Parsons, and his attention to detail, and the quality of this music is just timeless. And for audiophiles or people who just love good sound, and so the booklet represents that in a kind of visual way. Lots of text, all the background you'd want, and then as we go through each album, there's a page, at least a page, talking about the album, how it came about, and then you've got a full page showing the original front cover artwork, and you've got the lyrics as well. So the lyrics to every single album is in here, so you can sit down with them, your mug of tea, put the album on and sit with this on your lap and just completely dissolve into the music and the ambience of the atmosphere you're creating by doing this. It's really kind of like it's your ears are involved, your eyes are involved, your sense of touch is involved. It's just superb. And then we've got photographs from the times and memorabilia, photographs from the studio. We went to iRobot from 1977. Again, the background to the album, the artwork, the lyrics. And then we're on to Pyramid from 1978. Again, the album artwork and the pictures. It's fantastic. Lyrics as well. I just love these totally immersive experiences you can get with an artist now by box sets like this. It's just, you just can surround yourself with everything. It's just superb. And then we're on to E from 1979. So you can see the pattern of the book takes booklet. It's not a booklet, is it? It's a book. This could, Alan Parsons' book. Could it be on the shelves and Waterstones? Yes, it could. And then you've got the lyrics again for this album. Then The Turn of a Friendly Card from 1980, which is a classic. Well, they all are, aren't they? All the lyrics, background pictures from the recording sessions. The Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky from 1982. There's a lot of orchestra was used on this. Fantastic record. And again, all the lyrics. So again, you can just turn the page as the tracks roll on in front of you. Some great pictures here, and all the original kind of credits in the back of back of the albums are in there, and the inner sleeves are all there. Ammonia Avenue, 1983. Then we've got Vulture Culture from 1984. Say the artwork's there, all the lyrics, and credits, and all the kind of who played on it. All the list of all the musicians is there. Stereotomy from 1985. It's just a beautiful piece. It really is a fantastic book and a great addition to this box, which makes it so special. Gordy from 1987. And then the Sicilian Defence, the album which they tried to get out of their record deal by trying to make a bad album. Musicians can't who make music as good as this. It's very hard for them to do anything that's actually that bad, and it's actually got some wonderful moments. Now, at the back of the book, this is an important part, and when I do the summary, I'm going to refer to this in more detail, but it's about the vinyl remastering from Mars Shawwell, and it's really, really interesting what makes this set so special. So that's the booklet, which is, as I say, booklet, hardback book about Alan Parsons. Also included is an A1 poster, which is enormous. As if by magic, I shall show you that. And now I shall talk about what I feel about the box and the sound quality. So that is the box. And so what are my thoughts? Well, as I kind of said at the start, this is the vinyl version of 2014. There was its little cousin, the CD box, which was fantastic. And so I know many people have got that, or if you're hovering in the orbit of who are Alan Parsons, then yes, that is also a good place to start. But the reason I'm doing this is for this box set. Now, the thing is, who is this aimed at? It's aimed at Alan Parsons Project fans, obviously. And a lot of you are looking at this who are kind of been around the block a few times thinking, how much is that? It's actually incredible value for money. If you went out and bought all of these albums individually on vinyl, it would come to over £300. And this box set, which is being limited to 1,500 copies, of which the first 500 are actually signed by Alan Parsons and an exclusive print. If you get this directly from Alan Parsons' website, it's £300. And I think for this package, as it is, that is an absolute bargain. Now I'm going to go, as I said, I'm not going to go through each review the music. I'm going to review what I think of this box set. But how we as fans perceive these things depends on the relationship we have with the music itself. I've got box sets in my basket on Amazon that's just £30, and I'm waiting to see if the price will drop because I'm not connected that much. But if something came along with one of my favourite bands and it was like a few £100, I'd be there. It's because certain music, it will remind us of when we met our partner, certain magical times with our families, through loss, through where we were, children being christened, or changing jobs, or lows and highs of our life. They're connected to us in ways that it's hard to describe. And so my view of this is it's art. You might put a painting on the wall and look at it as you walk past and forget it's there. But music is an art form that is so special to me. As you know, the reason why Now Spinning Magazine exists and I talk about music. But you also know, because it's about the physical aspect of music, that the actual package, gosh, this is heavy, is part of this. And I've really been enjoying it. And to give you, what was I playing the other day? I was playing this one, if I can see back to front. I'm sure I can. And I was playing this, and my wife, Sue, who's a professional violinist, we're both musicians in this house, and we just love music. And this was playing, and it was the orchestral part towards the end of side one. And Sue said, God, that sounds really good. I said, I thought, well, you've heard this before. She said, it sounds different. It sounds absolutely amazing. The vinyl is just silent. It's warm, the music, and I love CDs. So I'd love that, okay? But there's something about the way this has been done which takes the music to another level. It really does. And I'm going to, in fact, because I think I should do this. I doubt if anyone else on the internet is going to do this, but and if this is for you, you can obviously just zoom forward to my summary at the end. But I feel it's important to mention this because I said it in the book. There's a section at the back of the book about the vinyl remastering by Miles Showell. And so if you're kind of on the fence about this box set, just listen to this. Miles says, when I was approached to work on this collection of studio albums for the Alan Parsons project, I was immediately excited to be involved. Not just because of the superbly written songs, which they are, all performed by hand-picked session musicians, but also for the exemplary engineering. These albums are rightly regarded as being extremely well recorded, mixed, and have a firm following among both audiophiles as well as music fans. And having access to very high quality recordings is a dream come true for a remastering engineer. And that's the thing about Alan Parsons. You know, the fact he was involved with the Beatles albums, of course, Pink Floyd, his attention to detail with music and using the recording studio like another member of the band has made these recordings become legendary for really seeing what your music system can do, but for the enjoyment of listening to music. And it says, having access to the high quality is dream come true, as I said. Contrary to popular belief, we normally like to be hands off as much as possible. Just because I have access to a console full of esoteric equipment, it does not follow I have to use it all. In order that the best sources were used for this collection, a lot of research was undertaken, and common sense dictates that original masters be used. However, with popular archive albums, this is not always the case. Popularity means over the years the master tapes will have been played frequently, and each pass, did you know this? Each pass, even on the gentlest of tape machines, will cause wear and damage to the tape. But for much of this collection, we were in luck. For many of the albums, wherever Alan Parsons ran off the master tapes, he also ran off a second machine which made duplicate copies. And the late Eric Wolfson, his partner, the tapes were considered equal to the masters as they were not copies. And crucially for the preservation purposes of these recordings, Eric hardly, if ever, played his tapes, so they're mostly in excellent condition. Eric's daughter Sally is now the custodian of his library, and she had the foresight to have everything digitally archived at the very highest resolution. So to summarise, Miles says here, the very best possible sources available were used for every album in this box. Everything was approved by Alan Parsons prior to that, and the cutting, the half-speed vinyl remastered disc to ensure the highest standards, and they sound absolutely fantastic. Honestly, on this channel I talk about CD and physical formats and just music, and then something like this comes along, and when you get it, the whole ritualistic thing about playing music. Taking this out of its sleeve and being involved with, I'm a big Edgar Allan Poe fan anyway, and the booklet, and putting the album on, and letting the needle drop down, and there's just like silence, and the first track comes on, and then I can sit with this. I can sit with this and go through the actual part of I've got all the lyrics, I've got the story behind the album, Orson Welles, the story of how his narration was on there. It's all there, and it's just, I can sit there and I've got my mug of tea, and I'm just, whatever's going on in my life, I'm just in this moment with this music. If you're an Alan Parsons fan, you're not going to stick this in the back of the wardrobe, or it's going to be near your record player. And it's going to be something that you just have near you as you browse through the albums and play them. And as I said, there's only 1,500 copies in the world for this box set. That's it. It's about £300 directly from Alan Parsons. The first 500 copies have a signed print by Alan in them as well. That isn't the one I've got here, but I don't know whether they probably already sold out. But this is a piece of art. So in summary, Cooking Vinyl have done an absolutely fantastic job in representing this classic progressive rock with pop sensibilities artist. An artist that has sold over 55 million albums worldwide. This contains all 10 literal concept albums from 1976 to 87, including, the album that hasn't been out on vinyl before. And the themes of like the supernatural and sociological stuff, and the way that the words are so intelligent and the music is just so rich and varied. This will appeal to music fans for whatever age you are. Some of you will have battered copies of these albums, and maybe this is a chance for you to have it all together. Some of you will have streamed recently and thought, I know this band, or I love that. That's the great thing about being around now. You can discover everything, and then things like this pop up, but they are not around for very long. But I'm not recommending this as for collectors who buy things and keep them sealed, thinking that one day it might be worth a lot. I'm not into that at all. I am not into that at all. I'm into music to play and enjoy and put on and just literally dive in and out of. And that is what this box is about. So if you're into progressive rock music or into music, and I think that's the different thing about prog. When you think about prog, sorry, this is still my summary, but I've got so carried away with this because as I've explored it, I've really been reintroduced to the albums, even though I had the smaller CD set before. Is that you say the word progressive rock and you think of complex, dense music with lots of key changes and times, but it's not always like that. The whole idea of being progressive is it's music that doesn't stand still, where the artist is not defined by commercial restraints, but just creates the music they can envisage in their imagination. And that's exactly what the Alan Parsons project is. It's a journey, and it's a fantastic journey to go on. And this is the perfect transport facility for that journey. Thank you for watching, and before you go, check out this playlist which has got loads of unboxing videos on it. Thank you for being here. Subscribe so you don't miss out on any other in-depth and intense unboxing videos like this and reviews. This has been a long one, but I think it's been worth it. Get in touch and make sure you stay safe and keep spinning those records, and remember that music is the healer and it is the doctor. And for these dark times, there is nothing better than spinning a few discs. Take care everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.